Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to look at the grow space and what's happening in the grow space. Actually, not so much what's happening in the grow space because there's not a lot going on down here. During the summer months I'm outside a lot and I don't really pay a lot of attention to the plants down here. I do come down from time to time to water, but I don't pay a lot of attention. So now I'm getting into the time when things are going to start filling up. The plants that are outside are going to start coming inside, so I need to start paying attention to what I'm using for lighting. And many of you have been asking about the grow space and what lights I'm using, and you guys want to start into a light garden yourself for the winter months, and I'm just going to show you what's happening. This year I have purchased two big LED lights here for the ceiling. These are going to give a lot more light for the big tropicals. And in the summer months when they go outside, these are going to be turned off and, yeah, save some electricity. But I'm hoping that, let me get up here. I'm hoping that over the winter months, the tropical plants at the other house would just, they would just survive. With the alocasias, the elephant ears, they would, their leaves would get smaller as the season progressed. And they would just deteriorate, but then as they went outside they would start to bring back the larger growth. So they merely survived in the house. I want them to thrive more in the house. So I've got this one, and then I've got this one. This one isn't turned on yet. There's actually two. I'm just going to change the camera around so that you're not just looking at my face. Let me do that here. Okay, so here is the light fixture. Let me go over to the other side. For this particular one, I got this one at Grow Lights Canada, I believe. I'll put the website down below for any of you that might be interested in checking out different options for lighting. You don't have to be expensive with these. This particular one, because it's LED, cost me about $400 per fixture, and that came with all the lights. As you can see, there are two separate light settings. I can have the whole thing on, or I can just have part of it on. That basically is so that you can choose to have either blue lights or red lights, and then change. You can have them all on for a full spectrum, whatever you want to do. But I have all full spectrum bulbs. That actually cost me more. These were an extra $5 per bulb. The blue or the red were going to be free with the light fixture, but these cost me an extra $5 per bulb. So there are 8 of them in there. That adds up very quickly. So I've got this light. I've got the other light. These are new additions. So that was a very pricey option, but that's not the option you need to take. These are going to be very, very bright. I've got them on pulleys. Let me see here. Are you able to see that they're on a pulley? So I just need to flip the switch at some point. Anyway, I flip the switch and then I could drop the lights down so they're closer to the plants, and then as the plants grow, I just pull the cord and the light goes up. So these were, I believe, $12.99 for a pair of 2 at Amazon, and very well worth it if you're growing plants, because plants don't stay the same size. They get bigger, so they're very helpful. So one thing that I do recommend for if you're starting a light garden inside is just buy yourself a shop light. This one is T8 bulbs. Notice how the lights are different colors. These ones here are, this one is a warm light, a warm white, and the other one is a cool light, or a blue spectrum and a red spectrum. By mixing the two together, it gives you a wide spectrum, or more of a full spectrum. It gives you the blues and the reds. And that's what plants really require to flourish. So just having the one, they'll do okay, but mixing it up does a lot better. So I bought a bunch of these guys, and this is what I use mostly. As you can probably see, or maybe you can't, they're on a chain, and they've got S hooks, so they're being held in place. So if I have small plants that require a lot of light, I can just change the level of linkage, so it brings it closer to the plants, and then I can lift it up if the plants get too tall or if there's too much light being put on the plants. I need to get down here and organize, as you can see. So this is an old grow light. and this one only has 2 bulbs in it. This one isn't really a recommended one these days. You could get something that's a little bit more efficient than the T12s, as you can see up here. But as long as you're growing things like African violets and primulinas and stuff, they don't have a high light requirement, so that is perfectly fine for these types of plants. But you're not going to be growing some super tropicals that require full sun under the lights in this one. And when it comes to fluorescent tubes, you'll want to replace your bulbs once a season. You'll notice after you change them, like the light still works, but you'll notice after you change them that the light is brighter with a new bulb. So over time, the light levels deplete. So just to make sure that you're maximizing the light usage, you're paying for the hydro anyway, so you might as well get the maximum use out of your bulbs. So over here, I bought this one. This is a Nanotech Reflector. There we go. This is a full spectrum bulb. I have this over top of some orchids and some sansevierias. Again, I've got it on S-hooks. Let me see here. I've got an S-hook and I've got this chain and another S-hook to attach it to the shelf. These wire shelves are perfect. I use boot trays to keep the water contained so it doesn't drip down to the plants below it. And also, if you can add like a little bit of gravel or something, or in the case of this grow light here, I use the that plastic lattice that they use for drop-down ceilings for the lighting. I use that. I just cut it to fit, and I could do the same thing here, so that it will just set the plants up above, so they're not sitting in water, but they will gain the added humidity needed for good growth, because most plants like a little bit of humidity, especially orchids. So, and then this is my old 3-tier light set. This is the same as the other actual light set. I'm probably going to get rid of this one in time, because it's not as efficient, and it's hard to move the lights up and down, and it only has space for 2 bulbs. And the T12s, although they're good, they are not as efficient at lighting as the other ones, the T5 or the T8s. The smaller bulbs actually seem to produce more light, or you can have more lights in the same amount of space, so you can actually maximize your lighting. So that's basically it. So I'm utilizing, like I said, I'm utilizing these racking, the adjustable shelves, so I can adjust the shelves to whatever height I want, and I'm able to use the S-hooks, like I said, to put the lights wherever I want. So if I only had a 2-foot light fixture, I can put it in there and not worry. I get these racks here at Costco. They're actually the cheapest at Costco. You can probably order them online at Costco.com or Costco.ca. And I got these for about $100. If you were to buy them at another specialty shop, you'd probably be paying around $200 for the same thing. Actually, I paid I think $109 for these shelves. They come with 6 shelves. I didn't need 6, so I bought two shelving systems, and then I had 4 extra shelves. So just in buying the legs alone, I spent $100 on just the legs and wheels. They're on wheels, so I can move them around. They're locked, but I can move the plants around my grow room so that things are easier to access. They're just fantastic. So as you can see, I've got lots of clutter everywhere. I need to get down here and organize. That's what the winter's for. I'm going to be down here in the grow room, just enjoying the heat and the humidity and the sun. I get a suntan down here, so I'll be down here a lot more in the coming months. So yeah. So this was the grow space, how I've set it up, what lighting types I'm using. I would, if I were you, I'd go with the shop light option. That's what I'm doing for most of my plants. It's inexpensive. You can get a decent shop light with multiple bulbs for about $50, and then the tubes are inexpensive. You can spend a lot of money on the full spectrum light bulbs, but you might as well save some money on just doing the blue or the cool and the warm white. That saves a lot. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions on my lights, please leave a comment down below. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. I'll do my best. I've been very busy these days, so I'm not sure what I'm going to have time to do, but yeah. Anyway, keep me updated. Show me all kinds of photos of your light gardens and what you're doing, bringing stuff in. It is the season, and until next time, happy growing, everyone.